First of all, congratulations, you made it out this far. Child, I felt like I was turning myself in to go to jail. Okay, like, Lord, you're taking me through this. Okay, question 65 came and it still kept going. I was like, well, shit, I guess I'm not going home anytime soon. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. I'd love to have you. Because this month marks 3 years of me having graduated from nursing school, I thought it was fitting to wear the white scrubs that I wore to my pinning ceremony. I can't believe I still fit in these. Like, what? 3 years later? Anyways, so yeah, you guys, let's get on to this video. If you are getting ready to take the NCLEX, first of all, congratulations, you made it out this far. You made it out of the hood that is nursing school. It's very ghetto. It was very ghetto, but you made it out. So I'm going to share my experience, and that was in 2020 in the heat of, you know, what was going on. I tested in October of 2020. So I'm going to walk you through what I did throughout the day, okay? My exam was scheduled for 1:30 p.m. And so I woke up like I usually do early in the morning, and I just kind of had a slow morning, you know. I took a shower, my husband made breakfast for me, and so I ate that. I relaxed a little bit, and it was just, the nerves were there, right? The nerves were there, but for some reason it was important for me to keep calm. So that's one thing that I want to tell you guys, just keep calm. And don't forget, go to bed on time. Go to bed early. Even if you're not sleepy, just lay in your bed, and just so that your mind and your body can just have a chance to relax the day before. So I had my breakfast, got dressed very slowly. I made sure to put on something very comfortable and warm. I get cold very easily, so I had on my sweatshirt and my tights and some comfortable socks and some sneakers. Simple, easy peasy. I didn't want multiple layers on me. I just wanted to wear what I knew I needed that day. So I drove there to the site. I got there about like 45 minutes early, and so I just sat in the parking lot. Again, it was very important for me to get there early, just so that I can have a chance to like breathe and pray and just like get my mind ready. Not much was going through my head. I couldn't even believe that I was in a position where it was time for me to take the NCLEX. You know, in nursing school, if you guys have been through it or you're in nursing school right now, you know that it's like, it's a ride, right? So I was just very grateful, and also just shocked, a little shocked that I was sitting in the parking lot waiting to take this test that was going to determine whether or not I'd be a licensed practical nurse. So I was just taking all that in and reminding myself that I can do this, that I was literally telling myself that I'm going to pass this thing one way or another, like there is no way out. But time came. I went upstairs, I took the elevator, I went upstairs, I just followed the signs, and then there was this door. I went in through the double doors, and there was people sitting at a desk where they tell you, they check in, they get your information, they ask for your ID and everything, and then they give your keys to the lockers. They told me to put all of my stuff in the locker and to just keep my ID with me. You walk through another set of doors where you got people, they pat you down a little bit and they take your fingerprint. It was a lot. I felt like I was turning myself in to go to jail. Okay, so they took my fingerprints, and then they give me basically like a lined paper with grids on it, and it was laminated, so you can write on it, but you're told not to erase anything. I guess they give it to you in case you need to like mark some things down or do some calculations on paper, but I'm gonna tell you guys later on what I used it for. So after they gave me that, they asked me if I was ready, and I remember, this was 3 years ago, but I remember telling them that, yes, I'm very ready. And I went in, they showed me where to sit, I sat down, I said a prayer, I said a big prayer. I was like, Lord, you're taking me through this, okay? I'm gonna get through this, and I know that you'll be with me. I sat down, took a few deep breaths, I put on the headphones. They should provide some headphones for you. I put on the headphones because I just wanted to hear nothing but my thoughts, okay? So I put on the headphones and I logged in, and you know, there's a few prompts that show up, you know, just telling you how to answer the questions, and then click next or whatever. And I started. Here was my game plan. As soon as I pressed start, and I answered, and I started the very first question. I told myself that every 10 questions, I was going to take a little break, whether it's to breathe or to pray. And that's what I did. The first 10 questions, I answered them to the best of my ability. I paused, I took a deep breath, and I prayed. I did the next 10 questions, I paused, took a deep breath, and I prayed, so on and so forth, until I got to about, I want to say like question 50 or 60. The computer asked me if I wanted to take a break, and I did. I took a break, I got up, got out of there, I checked my ID, and I remember going to the bathroom, stretching and praying. But my goal was to stop at 65 questions. I think it was 65 at the time. I'm not sure the lowest amount of questions that you can answer before the computer shuts off. I wanted to reach that goal. So because I was so close to it, I got very like antsy and nervous. So I just felt myself getting very nervous. So I went to the bathroom, took a few deep breaths, said a few prayers, walked around the facility a little bit just to kind of get my mind distracted a little bit. I stretched, drank some water, and I said, go back in there. If your test is gonna shut off soon, it's gonna shut off. If you're gonna continue on, continue on. So I went back in and put my headphones back on, press, resume, and I went back on it. I continued answering questions. 60 came, question 65 came, and it still kept going. I was like, well, shit, I guess I'm not going home anytime soon, and that was okay. I settled with that. Question 70 came, and I said my prayers on the 70th question. I took a little deep breath, and then I kept going, and it's paused at 75, and that's when the research questions came in. And fun fact, the research questions that I took at the end of my NCLEX were actually the questions that have been added on the new generation, on the new NCLEX generation. So that was interesting to answer those questions, because honey, I was lost. I remember getting home and telling my friend about it. She's like, yeah, it just threw us off for a loop because we weren't used to those kind of questions, but now I get it. Now I see what the new generation NCLEX questions are about. But anyway, so I took that for a little while, and then of course it prompted me, told me that I was done. I took my stuff, I went, turned in the keys, I opened my locker, got my stuff out, and I was out of there, honey, okay? I left and sat in my car for probably a good like 5 to 10 minutes just to kind of like decompress, because by the time I had left, it was like my brain was just done. That's how special the NCLEX is, but I just had this feeling like I know that I did okay. That I just had this feeling, and I let God have control of it. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, the only stuff that I wrote down on that little piece of paper, that laminated piece of paper, I was keeping tally of types of questions that I was being asked. Let me just say that. I just wanted to know all the select that apply questions that I was being given, and it was quite a few in there for me, and I just wanted to keep tally, because I had heard some things like, if the computer continues to give you select all that applies, it means that you're doing well. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but anyways. So I went home. I remember just coming home and telling my husband, like, oh my gosh, like that was a very intense test. And then I did the, what do they call it? I guess the NCLEX trick. So you go on the website, the same website that you went to sign up for the NCLEX, and you pretty much sign up again. You try to sign up again, and right after you put in your credit card information, you click submit. If you get the good pop-up that everybody is talking about, it should say, our records indicates that you have already signed up for this exam. If you get that pop-up, it means that in theory, it means that you pass the NCLEX. So, and if you don't, and if it lets you sign up for another exam, that means that you didn't pass. But I got the good pop-up. I got very excited, but also I didn't want to use that as my like official, my official notification that I passed. So I waited 2 days. So I tested on October 22nd. On October 24th, I want to say, I went ahead and paid like $7 to get my results, and I had passed. So that was very exciting. Let me tell y'all, I was sweating bullets. Okay, I couldn't even do it. I had my brother-in-law log in for me and pay for it and tell me. So that's how nervous I was. But yeah, it just felt so good seeing those words pass on the screen. It's just like, it was unbelievable. So I immediately logged into the Secretary of State website, and there it was. Like, I had my license number and everything, and it was just the best feeling in the world. And so for anybody who is in the process of taking the NCLEX, like, just know that you will never know everything about nursing. There's nobody on this earth that has taken the NCLEX and felt like they knew everything, right? But as long as you know the basics, you want to make sure that you are being a safe nurse. You want to make sure that you're prioritizing correctly and that you're delegating correctly. Like, those are the NCLEX, the people who create the NCLEX want to know that you're able to be a safe nurse. So focus on the things that are very important, and the rest, leave it up to God. Do the best that you can preparing for the NCLEX, and tell yourself that you will make it. And even if you did not pass the NCLEX the first time around, know your weaknesses. Remember, jot down all the areas that you felt that you struggled while taking the NCLEX and review those areas. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody says that you're a horrible, you not passing the NCLEX does not make you a horrible person. It doesn't make you a horrible nurse. None of that, okay? Some of us have failed nursing exams, you know, like it's just another test, okay? So yeah, I hope that this was informative to anybody who's getting prepared to take the NCLEX. Best of luck to you, and if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. And yeah, please subscribe if you haven't yet. All right, you guys, bye.